Hello and welcome to this demo of the Nucleus MCP Server. My name is Rob. I lead the product team at Nucleus, and I'm excited to share with you what we've been working on with this exciting new product update. So let's dive into the demo. What I'm sharing here is my preferred AI tool of choice. This is Augment running in Visual Studio Code. That's how we're going to interact with the Nucleus MCP Server first, but you are welcome to use any AI tool that works with remote MCP servers. The first thing I want to show you in the demo is how easy this is to set up. All you do is go to wherever in your AI tool you configure connected services. You can see my list here has a few connectors out of the box, and then we're adding our own remote MCP server here. All we have to do is give it a name and enter the URL. So I'm going to enter something here for the demo. And I'm going to enter the URL, which I pasted from over here. And once I enter that in the URL box, I can hit add, and it should automatically try to make a connection to Nucleus. And it's going to ask me to authenticate. Of course, as a user, you would enter your own Nucleus instance. This is the Nucleus demo instance that I'm testing on. But since I am already logged in, I'm going to hit accept, and that'll take me back to the AI screen where with this dot turning green, I now know that I am authenticated to the MCP server. So before I dive into that, let me go ahead and make sure that I'm connected. And you can see there it's listing out the tools that it has access to. So a tool in MCP world means these are the endpoints basically that my AI can communicate with. And you can see how easy that was to set up. It took all of a few seconds. All you do is put in the URL, hit authenticate, enter your password, accept, and you're back in the AI and you're ready to do some work. One of the advantages of the MCP server is that it gives you as a user much faster and more frictionless access to the data in your Nucleus instance. So now that we have verified that I'm connected to the MCP server, let's try a basic prompt and see what we get back. And while it's returning an answer there, you should know that you have control when you're connecting to an MCP server with Nucleus over the data that a user can get back. The Nucleus MCP server is configured to respect the permissions of the user that's accessing it. That includes all role-based access controls and all controls over which asset groups a user has access to. The project that I'm working for at the moment, I have access to everything, so it's not going to encounter any issues, but if a user with lesser privileges tried to use their account here, they would be limited in the information they could get back. Now the response has completed, and you can see here that it's giving you a few assets with especially high-risk information, or a few asset groups with especially high-risk scores. And it's automatically kind of prioritizing that for you. Let's dive a little deeper and see what happens. So one of the advantages of the MCP server is, in addition to being fast and kind of friction-free way to interact with your Nucleus data, it can also synthesize information from various parts of the product and use its own kind of AI-generated intelligence to make connections between different things. So I asked it here to do two things: to tell me the highest risk vulnerabilities that should be addressed, and also to provide remediation steps. And it's going to know the necessary calls to make to Nucleus to get that right information, bring it all together for me in a way that's really quick and easy for me to interpret. So as it kind of prints out that response there, you can see essentially what it's doing is it's taking all the data that I've already uploaded to this demo project that we're connecting to, and it's making a lot of the connections, but it's basing all of those connections based on the Nucleus data in the project. There's no training or any additional context that I have provided to this AI tool here. And that's one of the other advantages of MCP is over time, I could add additional context about my vulnerability management program, about my vulnerability management philosophy, about the ways in which I perceive vulnerability risk. And I could add that to the AI and have it use that education as part of its responses here. So that's something you get by being able to control your own AI in an MCP world versus an on-platform AI assistant or another type of AI tool of that nature. So you can see here it gave a few general recommendations for things to do. It also provided a prioritized list of CVEs to patch immediately. And it's got a little bit additional detail of all of the different CVEs that we have. Well, let's say I'm trying to come up with a roadmap for doing these things. None of that exists in a vacuum, of course. So I'm going to ask the AI to provide some additional information that can help me when I'm communicating with my team members. So now I know not only what is the fastest way for me to address the highest risk vulnerability, but also which of these can I get done in the next 15 to 30 minutes, according to the AI's estimation. Of course, all of this data is subject to the same kinds of things that any AI-provided data could be subject to. The possibility for the AI to get confused or provide information that seems confident in, but is not actually correct. So customers would be wise to verify the information that is returned from the AI. But you can see how this shortcuts a lot of legwork that ordinarily would require a lot of time-consuming action from an individual human performer. And that's what the Nucleus MCP server is designed to do, is to make those types of interactions quicker, more friction-free, and to bring that intelligence of the AI to bear on solving your most challenging vulnerability management problems. Beyond this initial release, we intend to add additional functionality to MCP to be able to take automated action from MCP in the product itself. So today, all of the MCP tools that you saw listed at the beginning of this demo include returning data from your Nucleus instance to your AI. And in the future, you'll be able to use that data, use those responses, use any other tools that you have hooked up to your AI and your own prompts and your own context to then take automated AI-driven agentic action in Nucleus with those additional MCP tools. So stay tuned for that. Thank you for viewing this brief demo. Take care, everyone.